Alright, it's a bit of a sudden introduction, but I've been looking around for the last charm notch since from what I've read there are 10 of them. And one of the ones that seems to be a common one that people are missing is this one in this room in the Fog Canyon. And I think this might be the one I'm missing because I certainly don't remember heading up this way into this little platforming bit with all of these explosive eggs, so hopefully it's here. Oh yeah, the charm combo I so cleverly thought up last time, yeah, it doesn't work. If you lose armor pieces, that counts as you no longer being at max health, which in my opinion is kinda bullshit. I really think the charms should have synergized the way I thought they would have, but it is what it is. So I'll be changing my charm setup back to something more standard, I think. Real shame always having access to that ranged attack, even though it is a little bit weaker than your regular melee strike, would come in so handy in so many instances. But as it is, you just don't have the ability to do that. And as it is, going with limited amounts of health because I can't, heal, might end up screwing me over here, given I keep running into these explosives. I wonder, could I just like ground pound my way through and be fine? Probably not. Oh dear. Just gonna explode these from a distance. Oh boy. I did not realize that ground would collapse. That's a dick move to pull game, and I think this is what I was looking for. Yep, last charm notch. That should be all of them. I have 10 right now. And that means I can have a little more variety with my charms, I think. We'll see when I get back to the bench. But yeah, it just so disappointed me that that rad charm setup I thought up at the end of last time just doesn't work out the way I thought it would. Especially since with this extra charm notch, I'd actually have enough available that I would be able to equip the Fragile Strength, which would make that even stronger, but yeah, as it is, it just doesn't work out. So, yeah, for my money, Joni's Blessing seems kind of worthless in the face of that. Let's see. Honestly, Grubberfly's Elegy. I guess it could be useful. Cause if I mostly just have regular health, then I could top myself off at full health. I can restore myself to that state, so if I get hit, I don't lose it forever until the next time I rest, like I would if all of my health was in armor points. I'll think about having that equipped, but I'm gonna go back to my old mainstay of Shaman Stone, and what was the other one I used? Not Soul Catcher, Spell Twister. So I can be a true blue mage. Now, I could go with Soul Eater, but I think I'm gonna go with Fragile Strength. I like having that damage boost, it helps a lot. And since I have that extra charm notch, I can equip any charm that requires 2 notches. And that gives me a little bit more choice. So, I plan on going back through a bunch of the old areas and finishing off exploration, so for the moment I'm gonna go with Wayward Compass, just because that makes it easy to tell where I am on the map. As for the remaining one, I guess I'll go with the Dream Wielder. It's a nice one. So yeah, I rested at this bench here at Green Path because there's a few things I didn't explore here. A path down below in a boiling lake, a whispering route all the way back down there, next to that exit from the Queen's Gardens that I couldn't actually use to get back into Green Path because you need to come from the Green Path side to cut that block, and I ranted about that for like 20 seconds. And more importantly, right next to me, the Lake of Un, which I could explore more of now that I can survive the boiling water. Probably could have done it as soon as I picked up the Crystal Hat, since that would probably allow me to rocket to the other edge. But since I seem to have all of the movement upgraded at this point, nothing should be hidden from me. So yeah, let's see what's over at the Lake of Un, because it's clearly an important location, so I feel like there's probably going to be some sort of significant upgrade there. At the very least, something like another Vessel Fragment or Mask Fragment. Wasn't there an NPC who was over here as well, or am I just mistaking that one non-respawning knight that watches the lake as an NPC? in my memory. Yeah, he's gone. There's a house here. Is there someone inside? Nope. Just a bench, one that I'm not going to rest at. So yeah, let's see what the Lake of Un has to offer to me. Just gonna rocket across, because that's quicker than trying to swim through the lake. Yep, doable with just the crystal heart. Ooh, I might have to use these dragonflies for platforming. Let's see. Either that, or there truly is nothing else here. Let me try rocketing from a higher point, if that is indeed possible. And actually, it turns out it isn't. Because I'm pretty sure this place was referred to by name at least a few times, suggesting that it's important. Is there like a path under here? Ah, bingo. That's where I need to go. So is it going to be like a small room, a secret area, a whole nother area to explore, like a proper one? That'd be cool. Where is this leading? Oh, yeah, this is its own proper area. I was not expecting that, damn. I wonder when I'll get the title card drop with the name of the area. That's one thing that most or more video games should do. I'm not gonna say all or most because it, depends on the type of game you're going for. But there's just something about wandering into a new area that just looks completely different than anything you've seen before, and having big words appear on the screen telling you its name. Oh! Wait. Oh, you're friendly, okay. For a second there I thought you were starting to attack me, and you're gone. Okay. Sure. Shape of Un. So yeah, there was something important here. Let's see what that charm does. Reveals the form of Un within the bearer. While focusing soul, the bearer will take on a new shape and can move freely to avoid enemies. That seems kind of insane. It only costs 2 notches. I think I might know what I equip next after I've done with my exploration. I think that's all that's here though, yeah. So let's just quit and reload to return to the bench a little bit more quickly. Damn though, that is a good charm. The question is, how quickly can I wander around while focusing soul? Is it at full movement speed or is it at a reduced speed? Even if it's at a reduced movement speed, that still should be really good. But if it's at full movement speed, that could be insane. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that aesthetically, Green Path is still my favorite area. Now don't get me wrong, I love like the sheer austere beauty of the White Palace and the forbidding terror of the Abyss, but this place is just so lush and verdant and full of life in a game that is otherwise pretty absent of it, purposefully. It's not like a mistake they made or anything, like most of the areas are pretty dead for a reason. But it makes this area just contrast so nicely with everything else and be kind of like a breath of fresh air. Even if it is something that technically you encountered like way earlier. But it's an area you return to from time to time, which is what makes it nice. Might have been able to have done this earlier, but it's definitely easier with all of these movement upgrades. And we have some frantic music started for some reason. I guess they wanted to make this bit of platforming a little bit more exciting. Oh no. Okay, I made it. If this goes on for much longer, I'm gonna have to be a bit more careful, otherwise I am gonna die and have to start this over. Oh. Yeah, my timing with the pogo bounce just isn't all that great. Granted, it doesn't help that these guys are moving up and down, which also changes the requisite timing. I think I'm just gonna double jump after each one of these to be safe. Okay, I've made it to the side. Is this just a quick way back, or is there something over here? It's probably just a quick way back. Yep, okay. Don't want to take that just yet. I'm not sure if... Oh. Well, that's the downside to using the Crystal Hat. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but the Crystal Hat is so useful for more quickly traveling through areas you've been before. There's so many just straight horizontal shots in the level design that I'm sure were placed there specifically for you to use the Crystal Hat. Thus allowing you to get around a bit quicker once you picked up that upgrade. Another rancid egg. Oh boy, that better not be the only reward here, because if it is, I'm gonna be hella pissed. Okay, good, there is something else, as well as a bench. That suggests there may be trials ahead. Oh, this is where the third warrior lives. A visitor. Why have you crept in here, little grub? Perhaps, like me, you have a taste for discovering new things. I am Shio, and in a previous life I was a nail master. Yes, the only thing that drove me was becoming stronger and honing my skills with a nail. I imagined it was my one calling in life, but that feeling faded over time. Now I seek a new calling, something that speaks to my soul and compels me forward. That's why I spend my time here, secluded, trying to master the art of creation. Painting, sculpting. These things bring a different kind of pleasure. You don't seem very moved by what I've said. Was it Shio the nail master you were looking for? Did you come to learn a nail art? I'll teach you if you insist. Sure, this is the only one left I need. Oh, that's a cool little difference between being taught the techniques from the previous masters. Hold X to concentrate energy into the nail. Release the button without holding up or down to perform the Great Slash, and yeah, that's why that Hurricane Slash specifically says that pressing up or down when you release. Before you've unlocked that, you don't need to do that, but once you have unlocked this third skill, you do need to do that. So, my work, does it move you? The wielding of a nail, the wielding of a brush. These things are not so different. We cut into the world so that we can peer deeper inside. For now, though, I have nothing more to teach you. Your path forwards, only you can see it. Good luck. Alright, let's see what exactly that does. Okay, so it's just a stronger strike, I'm assuming. Reminds me of the charge strike from Shovel Knight. So you met my brother Oro and convinced him to teach you his nail art. It's been a long time since I've seen him. I wonder how much he's changed. He always seemed to be haunted by something, though I never learned what. No matter the distance between us though, we're still brothers. Two brothers, just two brothers. One's a painter, the other's a nail master, and together they're two brothers against the world. Anyway, I hope that passing down his learnings to you brought him some happiness. That nail art you've learnt, the Cyclone Slash, that was always Mato's favorite. It must have made him ecstatic to have a pupil like you. He always wanted to pass down what he'd learnt to a new generation. He was not the most skilled pupil himself, but his enthusiasm and his kindness set him apart. I'm glad he achieved what he desired for so long. To be a teacher. I have spare brushes and plenty of paint. Once you tire of the nail, feel free to join me in my art. I wonder if I return to the other brothers if they'll comment on this one. And the other remaining one. Probably. I might do that at some point. I don't think I'll get anything from it other than dialogue though. My brother Oro, what drove you to hide away deep down at the very edge of that ash-swept grave? Was it pride or fear or shame? Perhaps you should lay down your nail if it haunts you so, and find a new calling that eases your soul. Okay, so here I finally am again. All because I didn't elect to cut this single platform here. I had so much more trouble when I came from the Queen's Gardens. I couldn't actually retreat back here and collect this stuff then. Ultimately, it turned out to be fine since I had other stuff I wanted to find in Green Path, but still, if this had been the only thing here that I needed to get, I would have been incredibly annoyed. Like, they really should just not have this one be here. It makes no sense. This one, yes, to block you off from the Queen's Gardens, but this one, like, why do I have to cut it from this side? That's just extra busy work for no real reason. Also, when, getting to this point, I heard a sparkling, shimmering sound. Which means there's a fragment nearby. Found that quicker than I thought I would. Hey, last vessel fragment. Fantastic. Right, that is the last one. Yes, okay, I even got an achievement. World Soul. How many, mask shards do I need now? 2 more, and I'm pretty sure that'll give me my final health pip. So yeah, I'm getting close to collecting everything. Fantastic. Just gonna collect all the essence here, and I should have thoroughly explored Green Path then, assuming I didn't miss any cracked walls. Since the game has elected in most instances to not actually show you most hidden rooms, they end up showing on the map after you've discovered them, but until that point, they're not really indicated in any fashion. Oh, that is a neat little detail that I don't think I ever noticed before. The more essence I collect, the higher pitched the sound becomes. It's especially noticeable if you collect a whole bunch in a row, which is probably why I never noticed it before. In the past, I've tended to collect them only like one at a time. And that looks to be the last one. Yep. So I still need 165 essence more. There's gotta be at least one more warrior's grave around somewhere then. Okay, so I'm back here in the Queen's Gardens because there's this pathway over here I never went down. Okay, well that's why I didn't go down it, because of this Shadow Gate. Do I have the ability to pass through these now that I have the Shade Cloak? That's worth testing out since I'm already here. Hey, okay. It's odd that it doesn't explicitly say you can do that in the description. I guess they just expect you to intuit it. But, it would have been nice if they had explicitly stated that. Okay, so I should actually be able to go everywhere else in the game that's been locked off, since the only other places I haven't been able to explore have been sealed off by these Shadow Gates. Oh, got a enemy gauntlet here. Yep. Some Mantis tribesmen. I'm used to dealing with you from the Colosseum of Fools. This should be no issue. Knock on wood. Oh! I got a friend! I forget, was her name Cloth or something? It was based off of something she was wearing. I think it was Cloth, maybe Sack. Awesome though, I get to fight with her, so this is where she headed. I'm assuming there's no friendly fire. That'd be rather rude to include. As many similarities as it has. This isn't a Souls game. Okay, co-op boss fight. I love PvE co-op boss fights. Especially in games that don't really have any sort of co-op feature at all. It's just really awesome. You know, that's something I wish more games would do is, take Dark Souls's... Oh no! Oh no. Oh. I'm assuming that was unavoidable, although maybe it's possible if you kill the Mantis, the Traitor Lord quickly enough you could save her. Oh, my friend. Yep, she's well and true dead. Well, she found her bravery at last. She died a true warrior. But yeah, as I was saying, I wish more games would take influence from Dark Souls' offline equivalent of online features. Having enemies just randomly invade your world, or having co-op with AI-controlled things. Like, I just think that's really awesome in games. Especially if the AI controlled thing is an actual character that you've met and spoken to earlier. Like, that's just so awesome to me. And it makes for some pretty fun encounters. Can I make my way up there? Yes, but it doesn't look like there's actually anything up there. I'm gonna try it once more. Yeah, okay, then again, there might be something up there. It's really hard to tell. I don't want to waste HP on the off chance there's something else I have to fight ahead. Let me explore this way first before I test out my theory. Because it looks like I might be able to get to somewhere if I keep bouncing properly. Oh, I think I might have found the queen. Protect. Or one of her guardians. That's actually probably the case since that looks like a female version of the presumably male knights I fought earlier in the White Palace. Whoa, this is some cool visual design. Oh, one arrives. Far it walks to find me. Did it seek my aid? Or did the path carry it by chance to so pertinent a place? It is true that you were awaited. No, perhaps that's inaccurate. True one like you would— okay, wow, it is really hard to read a dialogue. I'm just gonna restart this bit over. It is true that you were awaited. No, perhaps that is inaccurate. True one like you was awaited. I have a gift held long for one of your kind, half of a whole. When united, great power is granted, and on the path ahead, great power it will need. Is that the other half of the white charm? Bingo! The King's Soul. It faced the gendered child. She's a fierce foe, strong in mind and body, striking reflection of her mother, though the two were permitted little time together. I never begrudged the worm's dalliance's bargain. In fact, I feel some affection for the creature birthed. If your paths were ever to align, I imagine you might gain yourself a powerful ally. Okay, so I'm assuming by the gendered child, she was referring to Hornet, and then the child of the worm, or whatever the worm birthed, is that also meant to be Hornet, or is that something else? Within my roots, the weakening of the vessel I plainly feel. Only two obvious outcomes there are from such a thing. The first is inevitable on current course, regression, all minds relinquished to that pernicious plague. The second I find preferable, and would seek your aid in its occurrence, replacement. I implore you, usurp the vessel. Its supposed strength was ill-judged. It was tarnished by an idea instilled. But you are free of such blemishes. You could contain the thing inside. Okay, so I guess the king attempted to contain, or like act as a vessel for this thing, but he failed, and that's what caused the plague, but I'm a creation that's capable of doing that, at least according to her. Given how Dark Souls all this exposition seems, I could be being manipulated against my will. I'll offer fair warning. The vessel may itself be weak, but it is much empowered by that force within. To claim its role requires strength of some magnitude. Prepare yourself well before attempting the task. Basically, make sure you're strong before you fight the final boss, dude. Ah, so it bears our once fractured soul, now complete. Such strength, such resolve, such dedication. Such wow. Is it more than simply a vessel? I almost feel like I'm once again in the presence of my beloved worm. The King Soul. What is at the heart of it, I wonder? If its curiosity wills it, it should seek out that place. The place where it was born, where it died, where it began. So as someone in the comments mentioned before, the worm might be that thing I traveled through the corpse to get the King's Mark. Is the worm the king or something else? Also, she just told me to return to the place of my birth. Does that mean where I started the game? At the Howling Cliffs, King's Pass. Does she want me to return there? Is there something new there I can do now? Now that I have the King's Soul? Worth checking out, I guess. Okay, she's repeating herself. Yeah, that was a lot of exposition. So it can access a mind, then the seals shall break before its blade. I wonder, could I have done all of this extra stuff before taking down the Dreamers? Because beating the Dreamers wasn't actually required for me to get any of the movement upgrades. And it's the movement upgrades that have sealed most of this stuff off, so I think I might have been able to actually. I wonder whether it's more common that people do that, or what I did. Probably what I did, since, you know, the Dreamers are stated there as your big, obvious goal. Most people are going to naturally drift towards completing that before doing random exploration. Yeah, let's see what that King's Soul is about. I can actually scroll my way over to it. 5 notches. Holy charm symbolizing a union between higher beings. The bearer will slowly absorb the limitless soul contained within. Okay, so soul regeneration, that's pretty good. It also opens the way to a birthplace. Yeah, I think I might try equipping that and heading back to the start of the game. See if that does anything. Oh. I should have expected this would happen. Well, no, that was something. A true battle of mighty warriors. So intense, so climactic. It's everything I could have ever hoped for. Thanks for all your help, my friend. For a tiny bug, you set a valiant example. We'll meet again, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I don't think we'll be meeting again, friend. Goodbye. Oh, I'm a huge idiot, so while traveling back to the Queen's Station because it's useful for where I want to go next, I just realized she's sticking her head up into the caverns. There's probably an area I can access there, and what do you know? It's just a hollowness seal that's hidden up there though, nothing important, but maybe she'll have something new to say. Delicious. Well, that is something new to say. Okay, so all the way down here in Deep Nest I can finally get past this Shadow Gate. Oh boy, I have crawlers to deal with. My favorite enemy type. They're not so bad, although getting past these ones without getting hurt seems like it would be a little bit annoying, like... Actually, seriously, okay, I was gonna ask, how do you do it? That's how, you just have to time your dashes perfectly. I'm just gonna iframe through it. Take damage to save time. The speedrunner's technique. Oh, wait. The Shadow Cloak grants you invincibility, that's its primary function. Duh. Still gotta time it properly, but yeah, that's how you're supposed to make it through there. Whoops. I kind of completely blanked on that. Oh, and there's a charm at the edge of Forever here. Fantastic. Sharp Shadow. Contains a forbidden spell that transforms shadows into deadly weapons. When using Shadow Dash, the bearer's body will sharpen and damage enemies. Interesting. So now in addition to having iframes, you do damage with your dash. That might be worth equipping. Depends on how much damage it does.